Today I have a special treat for you all. I have an introduction to a brand new video series I plan to do. Starting today, you and I are gonna go on this journey together to try to find the best Chinese mini skid steer on the market. I don't have them all here and I have more coming, but I've been talking for months about having the possibility of lining machines up side by side and putting them to the test, doing lift tests, speed tests. We'll do some digging, we'll move material, we'll run attachments. I have almost 30 attachments. So today I have all these machines behind me, and a whole bunch of them, 6 of these machines were sent to me by GSA Equipment out of Ohio. GSA and I do a collaboration together, which is amazing, and I couldn't ask for a better partner in this. So I want to do these videos, which, if you don't know, I've quit my full-time job, my career of 20 years, to do this full-time. So I want to put these machines through their paces, do walk-around videos, show you what they're like, give honest feedback of what I think about them. You guys leave comments in the videos and I'll try my best to reply to them and try to get you the information you want on these machines and attachments. What will they run? What can they do? What are they like? And so with GSA, they send me the machines and they're a dealership that sell them, and they stock Ripa, VMANG, Durette, High Top, Daihatsu mini trucks. They have all that in stock and more coming all the time. And so they ship them to me, and I get to play with them for a few weeks or maybe a few months, and I get to do my honest feedback. The only cost is I just have to tell you where the machines came from and let you know that GSA exists, and put a link in the description to their website, which, if you mention my channel, they'll give you a $200 discount on any machine you want to buy. They have these and a whole bunch more. Now, they do have a whole bunch of containers coming, and to tell you the truth, they don't have room for them all. So they're doing some blowout deals on some units right now. I think you can get some of these machines for pennies. I know they're overstocked on the Ripa RS6. They're overstocked on high top mini excavators, and they're going to blow those things out. So give them a call, mention the channel, and let's dig into these machines. And so right now, I'm going to give you my first thoughts and overview. I've driven these from the semi-trailer where they came down my shop driveway, where they're sitting right here in front of us. So let me do a quick walk around and show you what these machines are and what we're working with. We're going to start with the little one first. This is the Ripa RS3. And this looks like your basic little mini skid steer. Nothing's exciting, nothing special, until you start digging into it. And then you see there's a hydraulic oil cooler poking its head through that vent. And then you notice all these lines down the arms, and you think, what are those lines for? Well, these are for your constant flow attachments. Your auger, maybe a small brush cutter or flail mower or a sweeper or something like that. And these ones are for momentary attachments, like a grapple that just opens and closes, and attachments like that. So you have different switches. So these 3 for the constant flow, flip it one way and it locks in, flip the other way, locks in. For like a grapple, it's just momentary. And that's a cool feature. This has one cute little light on the front. It looks like these lines are exposed. So if you have this machine, you do want to be cautious about hooking these lines on something. And you don't want to damage your fittings, which stick out here. And you don't want to damage your lines. It does have the metal lines here, but that's just something to be mindful of. It does have an easily accessible arm safety, but it's bolted on, so I'm not sure about that. You'd have to carry a tool with you to be able to pull that out if you're going to work on it. This is powered by a Briggs & Stratton 13.5 horse gasoline engine. And a cool thing about this is this has 3 pumps. Has a 3-pump stack on it, which means it is able to run something, 1 pump for the right track, 1 pump for the left track, and another pump will operate your auxiliary attachments. That's cool. Basic operator station. It doesn't seem to have any shocks on this. It has digital gauges, which is kind of cool. And it's just super basic. This is just your basic little mini skid. It does have nice little attachment points on it if you're gonna strap it down to a trailer. And yeah, so that's this. Oh, and it does have a handy little little compartment for putting your owner's manual in, I suppose. So next up, we have the RS4. It looks almost the same. These are both just over 1,700 pounds. Now there's some major differences I can already see. See these lines on the arms? There's no lines on the arms. This one has hidden lines inside the arms. Also, these lines on the front on that cylinder, it has nothing here. There's no fitting sticking out to break anything off. So that's a big positive off the get-go. It looks like these arms are beefier, and this is wider. This is a wide machine. You can see the hydraulic level right on the front, which is pretty handy. And this machine, it looks about the same. It doesn't have a triangular track design. Why? Oh, you ask why? Let me tell you. This has a modular track design. You can unbolt this cover, get to these lug nuts on the sprockets, take this middle carrier out, pull this off, and you can put wheels on here with a chain and a wheel kit. So this can be a wheel loader or a track loader, and that's pretty cool. Does have these lines that are visible here that go into the arms, and it's got a little padded area for you to stand in your operator station. This one does have little shocks to hold that up if you need a little extra space in your garage. And they add a third gauge. We've got a fuel level gauge on this one now, and as well as some little dummy lights. Why does it have dummy lights? Oh, I'm so glad you asked that too. Because this is powered by a Kubota diesel, a 2-cylinder Kubota with a 3-pump stack. I'm not kidding. That's a 1,700 pound machine with a Kubota diesel. Is it good? Well, I don't know, but I'm gonna test it, and you and I are gonna find out together. So I'm excited to see how that does. And I do have this little Ratto single cylinder auction machine 2-pump, and I have a V-twin 2-pump auction machine coming. So we're gonna be able to compare these premium machines to the little cheap auction machines. Next on the list, we have a Ripa RS6. If you've been watching the channel for a while, last summer I did have an RS6 within my possession. It was the first one in America, I believe, and it was a pre-production model. It didn't have any of these stickers on it. It didn't have any of these decals whatsoever. It didn't have springs on the step plate, which it does now. It's got stickers all over it, and this machine has something my other one did not have, is this one. When you open up the hood, this has a prop rod. The other machine didn't. This is powered by a big bad Kubota D1105 and has a single pump on it. It's a strange design, but it doesn't make the engine bog. You're doing things that most machines would bog during. So I'm going to be testing this one out. It also has the exposed lines in the front, which is okay if you're not playing Demolition Derby like I may do sometimes here and there. Another thing to note, this has set up for an auxiliary attachment, which I've run a brush cutter on an RS6 before, but this one has the momentary as well as the constant, and this is just the one option. So you can take this and lock it in, but if you need to do the grapple, I mean, you could just hit it real quick. So, and this does have glow-in-the-dark gauges, by the way. I don't know why that's cool, but it's cool. So this machine, GSA has a whole bunch of them in stock, and they're blowing them out pretty cheap right now. I think cheaper than anywhere else you'll find on the internet. Why? Because they have multiple containers of machines coming. They've got the new Direct machines coming. They've got VMangs coming. They've got the new RS6s coming. There's a new version of this, which I'm going to pick the brand new one up. Just hit America yesterday, and I'm picking one up tomorrow. So we'll see that soon. And we'll do a comparison of these. The new one's going to be a few thousand more than this one, but I know they're blowing these things out. So stay tuned for that. If you've been watching my channel for any period of time, you are familiar with my Direct DRT 450. I bought this. I ordered it directly from China about a year and a half ago. It's powered by a Honda GX690 gasoline engine, and it has 78 hours on it now. This thing I have used and abused, and I love this little machine. I just don't use it much because I've made so many videos with this. I grew my channel with that machine, this very one. And I've just used the heck out of it, and I have dozens of videos with it. So I think some people are kind of tired of it, so I want to move on to some new stuff, you know? Over here, if you watch my channel, you probably are familiar with my super dirty Direct V1000. This is a Kubota D902 machine. This is an awesome machine, and I use it all the time. This one we're currently sitting at 31 hours. So I've definitely used it. If you want more information on this, check out my channel. There's a ton of videos on it. But right now, I actually have one of my new toys hooked up to it. This just arrived from Rut Manufacturing. This is a disc mulcher. Seriously, disc mulcher on a mini skid. Let me lift these arms. So I'm going to be testing this and a bunch of other attachments on these machines. So this is a big, huge heavy steel disc, and it's got these nasty cutting teeth on it. So you can imagine what would happen if you drove into a tree with this and you just saw it in half, right? Now you got a big stump. So then underneath, you've got spinning blades of death. Wow, I can't wait to run this. I'm going to try this disc mulcher on the VM1000, on the RS6, RS6-2. I have another machine coming that's not in America yet. It's the big daddy brother to this. It's called the Direct XC1100. And GSA has a container showing up in just a few weeks. I think in 1 month from now, the beginning of January, they're getting a container. And I know half the container's spoken for already, but there's still half of them there. So if you do want one, get on that pre-order list. Now, I am planning to go to GSA the beginning of January and be there when the container is unloaded, because I want to film the first XC1100s to arrive in America, and GSA is getting the first batch of them. So I do have one coming myself that's been custom made for me in the colors I want. It's a special edition 1 of 1, but it hasn't shipped yet. It won't ship till next week. So I won't have that in time, but GSA, I think, is going to let me borrow one of their machines so we can start testing it, and you and I can see what it's like before my awesome 1 of 1 comes in. Over here we have the VMang VM1000. This machine, I did a quick walk around video of it without operating it in Kentucky at Equip Expo. And this one is, it's also a D1105 Kubota, just like the RS6 and just like the XC1100. But this one has some strange features about it. This has a very different track design, very different wheel design. This one looks mean, big, and menacing. And look at the height of that step plate. It's huge. You need a ladder to get up in this thing. And this is a mini skid. So this is a cool machine, and I am excited to test it out and see how this does in some real world applications. Next on the list, we have a mini excavator. This is the Ripa R10. This machine shocked me. When I was trying to get it off of the trailer, I looked everywhere for a choke. Like, where's the choke? Where's the choke? How do I start this? There's no choke. Like, holy cow, what a stupid machine. Nope, stupid me, because this is powered by a Kubota diesel. Seriously, 1-ton mini excavator powered by a Kubota diesel engine. Are you kidding me? So some of the things I noticed about this: trunk closes beautifully. It has a little locking glove box on the back of the seat. It comes with a retractable seat belt, so you don't have to sit on the seat belt. It's not in your way all the time like I'm used to. Comes with digital gauges. You hear the cooling fan kick on. It's got the extendable tracks. This is for the dozer blade. Lock out your controls, pilot controls. Pilot controls on a 1-ton with this really nice seat. And I do like the seat. I like how it has a drain hole, but what I learned today when I sat in it, water pools up in these little recessed areas and don't go out the drain. So I got my butt wet. So that wasn't a pleasant way to learn that. So on this machine, you probably want to take a rag and wipe it off if you leave it outside and it gets wet. So some things I noticed about this: protection on all the cylinders, which is really nice. It also has the hydraulic thumb, and it has extra fittings, I believe, to add a quick connect or to add any other accessories you need to add, which is really cool, and I do like that. See, the dozer blade comes with these wings. Well, these wings are because it's got expandable tracks, and it could suck in really small or go as wide as it is right now, which I have it wide so we can unload it off of the trailer. I do like how you can't hit your cylinders on this little thing if you run into something. But yeah, this looks promising, and I'm going to test this and compare this to some other little 1-tons, which I have a couple in my possession right now. Now over here, we got Granddaddy Papa. This is the Ripa R32 Pro, and this dude is bad. I've never had the opportunity to operate a machine this big and nasty. And it is. This thing is. What I didn't know about this, and I regret doing what I did now, is I moved it from over there at the street, and this 7,000-pound beast just ate my yard up. I should have moved the machines back, driven this one first. Dang it. But look at the size of that thumb. Look at the size of all of this. Like, it's just huge. Comes with a hydraulic quick connect. You can add auxiliary attachments here, which I may have access to a mulcher coming up soon. It does have the big, huge cylinder up front, but it has a big piece of metal to block it so you don't damage it. This has got a huge dozer blade on it. Everything on this is gigantic. And this is lower than 93 decibels, whatever that means. So this is a 7,000-pound machine, and everything's dirty, by the way. It was snowing when the truck picked these up in Ohio, so these went through salt and slush and stuff, so they all need to be cleaned. I just pulled them off. But you've got a little cage on the bottom part of the window. It's got a weird little alien head design. This one is powered by a Kubota D1505. Lots of insulation there. Got how far those tracks stick out the back. The drive motors are hidden inside the track. Same with this R10. You can see that there's nothing sticking out there for the motors because they're inside that rear sprocket. So this machine looks really cool because it is. I mean, let's face it, it is. So when you need to climb in it, it's got that fancy Ripa seat. You've got your little pedal covers for your controls. Put those down in their footrests. You got these fancy little drive pedals. And you've got a big handle here, a small handle, and a small handle to pull yourself in. Notice it's got a skylight. So this window, you can pull this window up and it goes up and locks in overhead. So the whole front is open. It's got a windshield wiper. You got a little fan. You got speakers there, fire extinguisher, glass break, super bright LED. And You've got this digital display, which is touchscreen, which is tied into the whole machine. It's not just a touchscreen radio display, but it actually does all kinds of things. But you can do your radio. Can't play the radio due to copyright issues. But yeah, you can do your gauges on here. You can do all kinds of stuff. So I'm excited to be able to play with this in the coming weeks and months. You can do Bluetooth. Crank your music up while you're operating, and the speakers are right by your head, I noticed. So, kind of cool. Toys. And yeah, and this is a 2-speed machine also, which is a nice touch. And did I mention it has air conditioning? Not a big rooftop unit, but actually an air conditioner mounted down inside here. So, very cool. So I'm excited to jump into this one and really get to be able to use it and see how well it does. So here's a quick little tour of some of the machines that I have coming up on the channel. If you have any suggestions for content you want to see with these machines and test them out, let me know. Because, yeah, let's make this the best comparison that's ever been of all of the different machines. I am curious to know the speed test difference between these, because some people say this is horribly slow, some people say this is really fast. I don't know. I mean, what's the difference really? And how do they run this? Like a big bad mulcher like this, how would these different machines do running this? And I do have another mulcher, a drum mulcher from a company called Digger Source, and we're going to be using that soon. I just filmed an introductory video on that, doing some mulching out at my cabin property, and I'm gonna have that uploaded soon. But I'm gonna test them on all these different machines, and we're gonna see who the king of the D1105 type machines really is. Thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you for all of your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It costs you nothing but helps me and the channel a ton. Feel free to leave comments and let me know what you want to see, what you think. If you think I'm a hoarder, if you think I have too much, if you think I might need an intervention for having too many machines, just let me know. But I got to get packed up. Got to get my trailer hooked up to the truck, because first thing in the morning I am driving to the Ripple warehouse to pick up the RS6-2, the first in the country. And we'll have a review on that soon too. And there's a bunch of those arriving at GSA as well as all of these machines you see here. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great night.